All right, welcome to the demonstration then of exercise 3-2. This is part 2. You need to have your book open and looking at the problem, the exercise on page 3-41, 341. We'll begin. I've already set up everything, the grid, the snap. Let me turn the snap on, and the units, the precision of 2, and for both the measurements and the angles. So usual setup as I've demonstrated before. So let's begin by drawing this object using the Polygon command. And we'll start by drawing the 2-inch square. So we'll go with Polygon. And we'll pick somewhere in the middle that wants to know the number of sides. So 4. Enter. And then the center of the polygon. So I'll move to about the center of my workspace. And then it wants to know if I want it to be inscribed in the circle or circumscribed about the circle. And if I do it inscribed in the circle, then the corners will be touching the circle. So let's do inscribed. So enter to accept the default. You can see it's attached to it. And it wants to know the radius of the circle. Now, the problem with that is that we need a 2-inch square, and I don't really know. I could give you a factor for determining where the points are. So let's cancel this and go back to Polygon. And 4, let's do the circumscribed. Okay, let's look at that. Circumscribed puts it on the edge, and so we want 2. Okay, we want a 2-inch square, so that'd be a 1-inch radius. All right, and then from there we can use offset to get the thickness, which is 0.2, and that's typical for all of this polygon construction. So offset 0.2, and we'll offset that to the inside. All right, now we need another one that will be interlaced with that, and we will need it to be at an angle. So let's create another polygon, and polygon, and we'll start again at the center, and the number of sides will be 4. And we want this to be inscribed about the circle if we wanted to try and do it to the corner, okay, which would be up here. So what we could do is draw a circle around this square that we have, and then we would have a place that we can intersect for our corner-to-corner inscribed polygon. So let's do that. So circle, and snap back into the center of our grid that we've chosen. And we want to turn off snaps, F9, or go down here and click to turn off your grid snap. And we want this endpoint. So we'll go over here and get endpoint. Select that. All right, now we can do our polygon. We'll erase that in a moment. Do our polygon, 4 sides, specify the center, and we got to turn our snap back on. And we want it inscribed, and we want it up here on this point. Okay, we want that to be to the inside. So let's pick the quadrant. We'll go up here and grab quadrant. All right. And then we want to offset that. 0.2. It needs to be a 2-inch square in there, and I don't think we've achieved that. Let's see. I think we have. We'll measure. Let's go to measure, and let's measure from corner to corner. I'll turn my snap off. And we'll pick the end point. And let's see. End point. And yes, we have a 2-inch square. And mine looks a little different than the book, and yours will look a little different as well. They're wanting the outside to be 2 inches. So let me verify that again. This outside square to be 2 inches. Okay. And it comes back, you can see down here, distance of 2. But it will look very different from the example in the book. And they do that, I think, on purpose, just so that you won't perhaps somehow copy it. I don't know really why. All right. So this concludes part 2 for this demonstration. I'll ask you to click in and watch the rest of it, starting with part 3.